Hey guys, it's Eagle, and welcome back to another episode inside a technological journey. Made a lot of progress in the last episode, but I think you'll find that we'll make even more today. I've been playing a lot in between the episodes here, so let's run through a little montage of what I've done. That wasn't so bad. Made a good amount of progress. I don't know if you guys noticed, but we do have a quick and dirty ME crafting terminal set up here with a good amount of storage in it. We tried to move over a good amount of our items. I pretty much just put in here all of the stuff that's very useful for crafting. I still have some minor stuff over there, so we ended up crafting a bunch of these 4K drives. I think I ended up making like 16 of them. So, and then I filled the rest with 1K. So we have a good amount of storage in here just for a start. And we're going to gradually build this system up as we go, as I start to get more accustomed to using applied energistics. So I can already tell you right now, it's been very, very useful just to have all my crafting ingredients and all my items pretty much in one spot. That's been very useful in crafting machines, which we've made a few more of them right here. So yeah, I made an arc furnace. I was just using this to make some wrought iron to make some more steel because I want to make a fluid drilling plant to mine some oxygen and some other things from some other planets. So how are we going to get to those other planets? We have to build ourselves a space station, which is what this is right here. You've probably seen it for a few episodes. Yeah, I haven't figured out. I've been playing around with it, trying to figure out exactly how this is supposed to work, and I think I have it pretty much figured out on how we're going to make that happen. Okay, I moved a couple more of these EBS. I just have in my backpack right now because they are going to be useful in some of our processing lines. I do want to get the plat line fully fleshed out, fully automated, but I do not think that I have all the things that we're going to need yet. One thing that I wanted to do is the planets situation. I want to go to Pluto. And the reason I want to go to Pluto is so we can start collecting some liquid starlight, just so we can craft some of the highest tier circuits from this age. Or not highest tier, but the nano assemblies, or the nano computers rather, are going to need these EV superconductor wires. If you saw in the montage, I did create a lot of this dust. I haven't put it in my inventory yet, but these wires, like we've seen throughout the pack so far, they can be used here. You can use nitrogen and some EV pumps, or you can use liquid starlight, and it basically lets you use the same amount of pumps and tiny tungsten steel pipes to get the same, or to get double the amount of wire. So we're going to try to do that. This is going to be super important. This is literally the most annoying thing to craft in the entire recipe for the circuits. So the quicker we can get that done easily, the better. Then we can move on and continue to craft circuits at a cheaper rate. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the building materials that we're going to need to make ourselves a little bit of a space station. It's not going to be anything crazy, as you can see, but when we get up there into space, we can actually expand it and do some cool stuff with that. So I've never done this before, so we'll see how this goes. Hopefully it goes smooth, but let me go ahead and grab those building materials and we'll get this thing rocking. Excuse the rain. I feel like it always rains in this world nonstop. Like it literally never stops raining. That's constantly all I'm hearing. But I had the building materials. I want to go for a white concrete and glass, and has some purple accents on it. So that's what I'm going to plan on doing. I think I can make it as big as this thing goes, but we're going to go one block in. I think I want to do a 7x7 if I have the space for it, so we have a 5x5 interior. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cool. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. I must have planned to do a 7x7 when I built these launch pads, but I'm not gonna be too concerned about that. So we're gonna have the floor here be white concrete. I just really like this block. I think it fits really well into the space theme. And it does look like we get a little bit of a speed boost just from the vanilla concrete recipe. I wasn't sure if that was going to work. In retrospect, I wish I would have made the entire base out of that. But that's just something we have to deal with now. So let's round this around here. I'm not going to do anything too crazy with this. Just something so we have a little bit of an interior. I want to put a block here so we can put our airlock door. I did make a couple of those right here. So let's put that in. Cool. And then we can have a pressure plate here to get in. And then we will have a button on the inside so we don't accidentally, suffocate. That would be bad. Okay, cool. So then let's do one more block high. Or maybe I want to do 5. Or 4 is probably fine. We have the structure tower height to do so. Let's just see how this looks. Make sure this flux spore is on the right thing. So getting to Pluto is what's going to allow us to kind of get into the astral sorcery. If you look into the quest here in the space and dimensions tab, you can see that we can start getting into the astral sorcery, which is where we're going to get the liquid starlight from. So that's kind of why we're doing that. Another thing I would like to do if we have time, I would like to also go to Mercury, I believe, just because they have a lot of this pure metallic powder dust and some other things that are going to be super useful, like the pure enriched aquatic nequadric compound ore. Both of those things are going to be super useful for us going into the future. So I don't know if we need to go in order necessarily, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we need to do. The fluid veins on all these planets are going to be something that's super useful as well, because like I said, I wanted to build a oil driller or fluid drilling rig. So let's go ahead and just make this 4 for now. Like I said, I don't need too much space to start off. Now, for the accents, here's what I want to do. I want to do a plus pattern with some purple. So we'll put that there as well. It'll be just on the inside. I just think purple's a cool color. Kind of the theme of the channel. But yeah, no, I think that looks pretty good. And let's see, how else can we do this? We can put it on the top as well. Too bad, not too bad. Okay, cool. So we kind of have the interior of what the space station is going to look like, and now we can put on the, we can put in the glass. We're gonna need a pressure plate too, because those doors don't open unless I have one. Perfect. I was wondering what this glass was gonna look like, but I really like the connected texture of that. Very nice, very nice. Okay, so this is what our space station is going to look like, and we can always expand in any of these directions if we need to. Oh, geez, I think it's too fast. But yeah, here we go. Here's the space station. Let's see. Can we... Yeah, we're going to need to dig out of this so that we can put in our pressure plate and our button. That's going to be important. I don't know if we need to do it to build the space station, but we'll see. Do I have any stone? Stone. I do not. Okay, so I gotta have some somewhere. Let's see. There we go. We have a little bit of stone. Make ourselves a pressure plate. Make ourselves a button. Very cool. That should be the space station completed from a build standpoint. Let's get this pressure plate down. Now we can go in, and when we get out, we just gotta press this. So cool. So I think this works out really well, and we should be able to land our rocket right on top. That's how it'll work. Now in here, if we have our satellite bay and a space station ID chip. These are going to be what we're going to need to put into our rocket, which I have adjusted slightly to land on the space station. So let's scan it, and it looks like it should be good. It's currently building it. I don't know if you need to do this. Maybe I should have moved the structure towers down a little bit, but we'll see. So this thing's going to go ahead and build itself. And what should happen here, it should turn this satellite bay into a space station container when we hit the build button when it's fully done. And then that is what we can put inside of our rocket. Okay, so it's ready. Hit build. And now it's going to build it. And once it's done building it, that's where we're going to get hopefully both of those things back. Not that they were expensive, but I'm not exactly sure if I'm doing this correctly. So, yeah, this thing is not quick. I don't know if the power that it's getting is affecting it at all, but I really hope this works. Okay, cool. So it got rid of it, and we have ourselves the station ID chip in our space station container. Now, I believe if we take these items, we can go over to our rocket, into the, is it the guidance computer? I think we have to have an empty hand. Into the guidance computer, and I think this is where we put the space station ID chip. And then in the satellite bay is where we put the space station container. Cool. And so then, in theory, these things have power, even though I took the power away from it. It should be able to build this. Cool, so now we should have a rocket. Now, it says we don't have any fuel, which is fine. I have a thing here with some fuel in it. Not a whole lot, but we can fill this thing up with fuel, and then we can blast off to our space station. I think we can set a waypoint there once we get there, similar to the other dimensions. But yeah, and then once we get there, I'm not exactly sure how we're going to actually warp down to the planets. That's something I'll have to look into a little bit. But yeah, give me a second to fill this thing up, and then we'll blast off to the space station. That was almost a disaster. Good thing I remembered. There it is. The space station. Oh, it didn't even land in the middle. Oh, jeez. Well, we're here, and we are currently circling the Earth very fast. And I don't feel safe being up here, so I need to very, very carefully drop myself down onto the space station. Okay, we're in, and I feel safe. But this is so cool. This is awesome. This is so, so awesome. Now, I have these warp controllers and warp cores, and I feel like I might need to get some power here. And in retrospect, I wish I would have brought those. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to be able to do now since I didn't bring any power with me. Oh, good. That's awesome. Well, I do have this advanced gas turbine, but I don't think I have any burnable fuel for that. I don't know. Do I have hydrogen? Ammonia? Carbon dioxide? Oh, no. I don't think any of these things are burnable. We'll have to see. But if not, then I think I might have to go back. Actually, I guess the first thing we can test here is test the set home feature. Set home space station. Can we do that, or do we make it all one word? Space station set. So if I go /home, can I go back? Cool. And then can I do /home space station? And we come back. Awesome. Now the real question is, can I breathe in here? I don't think I can unless I have... I cannot breathe. I cannot breathe. Yeah. Okay. I'm glad we tested that. I think I need some kind of like oxygen scrubber or something to actually be able to breathe in the space station. So give me a second to grab some stuff we're going to need while I get over this nausea that I'm experiencing. Or I guess it's suffocation. Better. Would be a better explanation, but give me a second. I'm a dummy. I didn't realize that that was just one layer of the multi-block, and I figured out that I can use the scroll wheel on this holo projector to show the entire structure. So it's just a 3x3, and we didn't necessarily need to expand it, but I'm okay with that. I'm happy with it. It'll give a little bit of space to breathe here. We also needed an input hatch, and that's why we had more blocks of titanium left over, because we didn't build the whole multi-block. We also need these machine structures as well. So let's go ahead and build this. We need to put the warp core in, the gold block in the middle. Put that in. Okay, and then gold block will go here, and I think we surround it in the middle with these machine structures. And then in the middle, it looks like it's just all blocks of titanium surrounding the input hatch. So we can take this hollow projector off. Input hatch, surrounded by titanium. And in theory, this should be the multi-block built. What am I missing? Oh, there we go. This thing is sick looking. Oh my gosh. Kind of intimidating, not gonna lie. Like, goodness gracious. Okay. Now, this is cool, but I don't think we can do anything with this without the warp controller. So we're gonna need to have the warp controller built as well. Now, I think this is nowhere to go. Fuel cost 1. Now, I think this is where we would put in search for a planet. Program from chip. Okay. So this is where we're going to get the chip to travel to the planets that we want to travel to. And then somehow or another, we're going to use this crazy looking thing to actually get there. I don't know if we're going to need the rocket. I feel like we probably will. I feel like this is just making the planet ID chip for it, maybe. So we'll have to see. So give me a second to continue once again trying to figure this mod out, and then we can hopefully get ourselves to another planet today. In typical Greg Tech fashion, I had to go down a little bit of a rabbit hole. I need to make myself an HV autoclave so that we could start taking some of our dilithium dust and turning it into dilithium crystals, which is what we need to power this thing. I put a few in here already, so we should be good on power, at least for a little bit. So let's check out this warp controller. And now it says that the fuel cost is 500, and we have 1,000 fuel in it. So it looks like a stack of dilithium crystal is 1,000 fuel. So we should have all we need to get there and back and whatnot. At least that's the hope. Hopefully we don't get stranded out in the middle of space. That would be unfortunate. So I guess the next thing we want to do is we just want to go ahead and hit warp to Pluto. I set my destination to Pluto. That's the first place we want to go, so we can start working our way into this astral sorcery stuff and make some things a little bit easier for us. So let's go ahead and hit warp here. And do I need to do anything here? Okay, missing artifact. Oh, maybe I have to warp there. I have to hit warp while that's in there, maybe? Well, just for good measure, let's put in the chip as well. Just in case. Okay, so we put the block of tungsten carbide that we made, and in theory, we should be able to warp there. Oh, there we go. Now it's working. Oh, this is insane looking. Okay, so from my experience, this is going to take a few minutes to get there, so we're going to let us warp all the way there, and then I'll be back. All right, and yet another mistake. I accidentally disassembled the rocket with it in there, so it wasn't able to actually build itself with the new chip in there, so I had to go gather our launch pad from before. So I'm going to have to remember to put this back where it was at on Earth before we go back with the rocket, which we probably won't need to do, but it'll probably just stay here on the space station if we're being honest. So, theory, I should be able to launch off to Pluto now since I did that correctly. I don't have that much fuel, but we're going to send it. Since we're already orbiting the planet, I don't think it would take that much, and Pluto's going to be significantly less gravity, which in theory should take less fuel. So let's go ahead and launch off to Pluto. Hopefully when we get back, we are on the surface. We should be good on oxygen as well. There we go. Quest completed. We are now, should be at least descending towards Pluto. The altitude meter, every time we go to a new spot, it always kind of freaks out and kind of just rubber bands you back and forth for a little bit until it decides to actually want to go down. So, I'm not sure. I guess it's just loading in everything. Crystal Chasms is the name of the biome we're in. Oh, this looks nuts. There's like pyramids and things. Okay, cool. Well, that's a good thing. It didn't use that much fuel. At least not yet. I don't know if it uses any fuel on the descent, but it looks like there's the ground. It should start loading in here soon. There we go. Oh my gosh. This is crazy looking. Oh my gosh. And we right on top of one of these astral sorcery chambers. Ow! Okay, so why is gravity heavy here? It makes no sense. Okay. I guess it's just less than the moon. Okay. Well, we did it. We made it to Pluto. I guess what we want to do is kind of just check the quest book here. We want to be getting some aquamarine ore, and I don't know if we'll be able to prospector scan it. But yeah, I guess let's start by mining some of this stuff out so we can see. Oh, look at that. Celestial paper. There's our aquamarine. Some free iron, some glowstone, and constellation papers. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what that is, but I think we need that. We need that thing right there. You memorize a drawing of Vicio. Okay, interesting. A lot of stuff here to deal with. I have no idea what I'm doing. Typical fashion. Let's put some stuff away. Let's check our prospector scanner and see if we can see anything. Nothing. Okay. That's not a good thing. Surely there's got to be some ores around. Let's make sure we set a waypoint here. Probably should have set it up at the top. Waypoints. New. Rocket. Okay, so there we have our rocket made. Let's check this out. We need some aquamarine ore. What is this? Okay. I guess we just kind of got to explore a little bit while we have some oxygen. Let's not waste any more time. At least it's daytime here, which is nice. Let's see what these blocks are over here. These look crazy. Violet crystal block. Oh, those are sick. Those are awesome. Okay. All right. We need some aquamarine. Should I just try to mine for it, maybe? I was thinking I might see some surface stuff to kind of give me some indication of where things are. Looks like this is all snow. Not saying anything super interesting yet. Here's another astral sorcery structure. Another chest with some more constellation papers. Interesting. Interesting. Let's put some of this stuff away. I do not need snowballs. That is one thing I do not need right now. Okay. Now, I think we can mine this thing. Hopefully nothing bad happens to me. Oh, it doesn't like that. Do I need, like, to just click it? Interesting. Okay, what does this say? Can be found in monuments, usually in the room under the fountain. If a crafting table is placed near the crystal, it will automatically provide the table with starlight. These crystals will also be necessary for making star metal ore. Okay, so it doesn't say anything about collecting them. But so we need to get into the crafting table because we can use that to craft. Well, it looks like all we need to do is find some of that aquamarine ore. So I guess we should just head down underground and see if we can find any. We're gonna head down a mine shaft. Is that smart? I don't know. This doesn't seem smart or efficient. Well, I'm going to dig around a little bit and see if I can find anything. I'm not really sure, so we'll see. Hopefully I find something relatively quickly. And a short time later, it looks like we have found ourselves some green sapphire and some regular sapphire. I did find that it does work on the prospector scanner. The ores generate just a little bit differently than on Earth, so we should be good. I don't know how this is going to work. It just gives us crushed aquamarine. I don't really know if we want to do that. Can I even turn this back into anything? No, I can't. Okay, so do I have another way to mine things? I don't. Okay, so that's something we're going to have to do. We're going to set our home here, head back, get a different way to mine this stuff so we don't break up all of the ores into the crushed, because I don't think we need that, at least not for the aquamarine. We need to get the actual crystals. So then let me get that real quick and I'll be back. back again in our home base. Back from Pluto. And what I want to do now is I kind of want to explore a little bit down this astral sorcery route. I'm not sure how much of it we're going to get done. I did look ahead a little bit, and we're not quite ready yet to make the liquid star metal like I had hoped, because I think it needs this light well. Let's double check it actually. So the liquid starlight, yeah, you need a light well to do that. And the light well, pretty expensive. We need some dense ruthenium plates, which we don't have yet. Other than that, I think we can make everything osmium. Might be a little bit of an issue. I don't think we have any osmium, so we're not quite ready for that yet. So I may have bit off a little bit more than I can chew in thinking we can get that going. But let's go ahead and do what we can do, and let's make ourselves the astral tome. Pretty simple to craft. We just need to make some of this parchment, which is just a aquamarine and paper. There we go. We have our astral tome. Cool. Very nice. Now, what is this? So this is the Discovery tab. There's Research and there's Constellation. So we are in the Research tab, which it doesn't look like we have anything in here, but we have constellations. And these are the ones that we have found so far. And I don't know exactly what these are for, but let's click on this. And it looks like it's just kind of unknown at this point. But we do have to find these, I guess, until we unlock them in our astral tome. Interesting enough. All right, collector crystal. We found some of these, so we can hit that. And then we need to make a resonating wand. So let's make a resonating wand. And we need starlight to make this. Plus starlight. Yeah, so we have to make... We might need the astral crafting table, or the luminous crafting table. Resonating wands used to start crafts for many astral tables. There are also rumors that if the wand is held in your offhand at night on Pluto, important places to dig may reveal themselves. Okay, interesting. So, we need starlight, and we can make it in a luminous crafting table. So let's make the luminous crafting table first. That also needs starlight. So maybe we just need to take our crafting table, or a crafting table, and the ingredients that we're going to need. So this does need starlight to make. So we got to go head back over to Pluto already and make ourselves a couple of these things. I assume that we can just put a crafting table near that collector crystal and make it. So I'm not exactly sure, but let's try it out. So let's go home, Pluto. The home that I made is not in a good spot. We're gonna have to change it. It's down in the cave where we were at, but I do have a waypoint up on the surface. We can teleport to it. Okay, so now we got to go near one of these crystals. There's a couple here actually in our spawn. I don't know where exactly we need to place this, but I assume that we can just kind of place it here. So then hopefully we can craft this, and we sure can. Nice. Now let's craft the luminous crafting table as well. I need another crafting table for this. How did I do that? How did I mess that up? Okay. Do I have any wood on me? I don't. Awesome. Awesome. I don't. Gotta love it. Okay. All right. Let's see. Another crafting table. Now we should be good. This crafting table down. And then the luminous crafting table. There we go. We have a luminous crafting table. We may as well just place this here, because we're going to need that. So this should, over time, I think, just fill up with some liquid starlight. I think. Light well we cannot make yet. Star metal ore, linking tool. Linking tools are used to link collector crystals to blocks. By using this and connect a collector crystal to iron ore, it will slowly transform into star metal ore. It is important for the deep dark portal, where we can mine more star metal. Okay, so we need iron ore. Interesting. Okay. Does this need to be outside? Because it didn't look like it worked very well. There we go. Okay, so it has to be exposed to starlight. That went pretty fast. Maybe we should just put a hole up top of here, and then we can place it inside. And then we can put it in this corner, and it should. There we go. So we have a place now. Let's set this up. Let's del home Pluto. And 1/2/set home Pluto to this new location. Cool. And we even have a little bit of a chest here we can use to store some stuff. Interesting. Okay, so Pluto at night. I put this in my offhand. It said I could see some stuff. Let's check this out. Okay, so there's these weird things now. I assume this is just showing where the ores are. Oh, it's not. Oh. Well, what's down here that I need to be worried about? Oh, something's happening. Rock crystal. Interesting. Rock crystal. Okay. So, oh, there we go. We can turn this into liquid starlight. Very cool. Crystal sword. That's kind of sick. Only has 10 durability, though. Maybe there's something better we can do with that. There's a couple different things that we can make here. Well, that's nice. So this is how we get the liquid starlight. So we just have to kind of find some of those things. They do not stack, which is the most annoying thing ever. But yeah, we can kind of see if we look around. Let's get a few more. There's some rock crystal. Look at that. Interesting, these don't. Oh, they have different levels. That's why they don't go. Okay. Size, purity, cutting. Interesting. So I have no idea what that means, but it seems like it's important if that's what it's telling us to do. And it wasn't too hard to find. If we dig all the way down to bedrock, we can see pretty far. Just dig straight to them. Some more rock crystal. May as well just collect all these, right? Very nice. So maybe we did a little bit more progress than I was thinking we would on this. I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. All right, well, I guess we just go back. Not too bad. And let's just kind of put all these in this chest for now. Yeah, I don't know if this is affected at all by how much we get. Or if this affects the sword, maybe? I don't know. Probably. But... oh, this is draining. Oh, it's becoming daytime. Okay. So that's what that was. Well, I think that's it. I think that's all we can really do right now. I would like to go to Mercury. But that might require a little bit more preparation than I need. Or than I have right now. Let's just head back. But that was a little bit of a detour I was not expecting to make. Didn't do a whole lot with tech today. I noticed. We did not do a whole lot with tech. Actually, you know what I will do? I'm going to set up my large gas turbine that I built. It's a multi-block that's going to provide us with, I think, 4 amps of EV power. So that would be really cool. I think that's what we're going to kind of start using here. I'm not going to put the turbine rotor in it just because I have nowhere to like use the power just quite yet, so I don't want to waste that. But we can build the multi-block structure. And yeah, we can use a multi-block structure. And I built this little area up here, this little shelf. This little shelf is where we're going to put this. So I guess we can go ahead and start building this thing. I think if I remember correctly, it goes on the right side, second layer up. And then you build this around it. And then we use the rotor holder. I made the HV version. There are a couple different versions. I think it just depends on... It'll affect the efficiency and maybe the durability that your thing takes. And then I think directly opposite of the actual controller block, you put the input hatch. And then on the back side is where we'll put our energy output hatch. So that should be the completed multi-block. Yep, and you can see here, this is where the turbine's going to go. And you can put that turbine in there that we made. So then this thing, theoretically, if I can start putting some of this benzene in there, should get even more power out of this. Super cool. And we can use this power. I have a transformer as well. So it takes 4 amps of EV into 16 HV amps out, which could be very, very useful for us in creating more of these LCRs that we're going to need to make the plat line. I'm not going to show me struggling through making the plat line kind of automated and set up here, because I don't know if I have anywhere close to the amount of PTFE that I'm going to need to make these, and or circuits, so that could be an issue. So that's kind of what I want to do. Let's check the circuit one more time. Can we craft some of this? We could actually craft this right now and just at least get our first HV nano processor going. Interesting. Let's look at the LCR and see if it takes HV circuits. It does. Okay, so let's make these nice ones here. I have it pinned up there. I had to make a couple of these micro assemblies to make the autoclave from earlier, but in theory we should be able to make ourselves some of these higher tiered circuits. I think we might need a little bit more soldering alloy. Actually, this is probably fine for right now. So let's grab everything we need. So we need fine aluminum wire, which I don't think I have. Or actually, no, I think I prepped it. So I think it should be in this chest for the wire mill down here. So let's grab it. Yep, we do have some. Very nice. Very nice. Cool. And then we need, let's check it again, every one of these nanos and extreme circuit boards which we've made, and then these nano CPUs, which I think we also have. I just don't know how many we have just quite yet, but let's grab these. Need some of those. Nano CPU and extreme circuit boards. Cool, we have 42 of them. And then we need a circuit board, which we have 16 of the advanced ones. Okay, well, I don't know if we'll be able to make 16 crafts of it, but we'll try. So let's put nano CPU, extreme circuit board, fine aluminum wire, and then all of these micros. That is, we need the nanos, not the micros. Where's my other one? Nano. Oh, okay. So I need an EV. I need an EV circuit assembler. Okay, so we're not quite there yet. We should be able to make a EV circuit assembler fairly simply, but starting next episode, hopefully I can get this plat line already done. We can get some more tungsten, make some more tungsten carbide, just have basic things that we're going to need to progress deeper into this right here. And down here it actually says some stuff about, if you like to use astral periods, talk about research progression. Oh, learn all constellations. Oh, awesome. Well, we're definitely going to try to do that. Cool. Okay. So maybe a good amount of quest book progress in the beginning, and then a lot of me fumbling around trying to figure out what it is that I'm doing with space. But I think it was worth it. I think it was worth it. It's going to be pretty cool here. I'm excited. So let me just go ahead and put these all away. Put the nano CPUs in there as well. Oh, that's RAM. Don't want that. And we'll put the fine aluminum in here as well, just so we know. Okay, well, I think that's where we're going to leave it for today. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Hopefully next episode we should be working our way into this and maybe even get our way into some nuclear stuff. This is seems a little bit complicated, and I have no idea what it's going to take to do that. But yeah, might be something we'll have to play around with. But I'm happy with where we are right now. And I think that's where I'm going to leave you guys off. If you guys did like the video, please hit the like button. And if you're excited about seeing some more progress or just want to support me and haven't seen one of my videos before, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It would really help me out. But that's all I got. And once again, it's been Eagle. Peace.